What up, world? So I saw Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues. It's obviously a sequel to the 2004 movie Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. It stars Will Ferrell, Steve Carell, Paul Rudd, David Koechner, I think is how you pronounce his name. Keckner, who knows? The Champ Kind, the Whammy guy. Christina Applegate, Megan Good, James Marsden. You can even say Harrison Ford, Dylan Baker. There's a lot of people in this movie. The story, it picks up after Ron and Veronica get brought to New York. There's a change in the job atmosphere, and shit goes downhill for Ron Burgundy basically until he gets brought in by the dude with the aviators and the goatee. That's Dylan Baker, Spider-Man's teacher from the Sam Raimi movies. I didn't even recognize him until I looked it up. But that's how the news team gets brought back together, and then just like 2 hours of craziness happens after that. And you have James Marsden. He's kind of like the new West Mantooth. He's the new bad guy, Anchorman, to an extent. Just other obstacles. Ron's relationship with his new boss. Just the fame, the ratings. It goes to his head. It creates other beefs with other characters. Greg Kinnear is Veronica's new boyfriend. Ron and Veronica have a son, and Ron and his son's relationship. They talk about that, and there's whatever other obstacles come about. I mean, throughout the movie, man. I mean, Will Ferrell, Adam McKay movies. You've seen them for 10 years now. You know what you're getting into when you see a movie like this. While Ron is recruiting the news team back together, it shows what they've done since the first movie basically. They really didn't specify an exact time frame, gap of time in between the movies. I don't think it's like 10 years, like real time. It's maybe like 5, and it's just what Champ is doing, what Fantana is doing, what Brick is doing. Yeah, like that was cool. And I would say out of the supporting character news team, you know what I'm saying? Like not Ron Burgundy, but the rest of the news team, I would say that I would say that Brick was the funniest, man. Steve Carell was hilarious, man. He damn near stole every scene he was in. Fantana had some good parts. Champ wasn't as funny as he was in the first movie. I don't know what they did, but just Champ was weird to me, and I don't know, like rusty, I guess, acting wise. I mean, as far as supporting characters go, like I said, like Dylan Baker, he plays the guy that recruits Ron Burgundy to global national news or whatever it's called, GNN, and yeah, they're running news 24 hours a day, and Ron shits on the idea. It's hilarious. Um, and then Megan Good, I thought Megan Good was very Megan Good as the boss lady basically. James Marsden was damn near great. I mean, he doesn't play to it like you don't see many of his bad movies, but he doesn't really get a lot of praise for his acting either. Greg Kinnear was awkwardly hilarious in his part. Kristen Wiig was the perfect person to play Brick's love interest, and then Josh Lawson from House of Lies. Dude is like naturally Australian. So he was like just speaking normally, and he was the guy that was funding the 24-hour news station, and I thought he did a good job too. So and like there was a lot of funny parts. I laughed my ass off, but there was a lot of shit like they would take like some of the funnier quotes or funnier jokes from the first movie and try to like evolve that and make it bigger, and it felt awkward and it felt forced. I would say 30, maybe 35% of the jokes felt forced, but um, that other 65-70%, I mean, I was dying. I was just laughing my ass off. Some of the stuff that felt forced, it was like Ron's Ron surprised quotables from the first movie, the Great Odin's Raven, or by the beard of Zeus, or whatever the random ass crazy shit he was saying in the first movie. It felt like, I mean, he probably did the same thing in 1 and 2, but in this one, it's just they didn't hit me like they did in the first one. They were like, I can't really explain it. They just weren't as funny to me as they were in the first movie. And then, like, lastly, I want to talk about the cameos. If you didn't like the first movie, just go see this one for the random celebrities that did pop up in this movie. I'm not gonna drop any names because basically, if you ruin any cameos, it's a spoiler. There were some that I had read about that I had just stumbled upon a story, but there were others that surprised me, like, oh shit, how, like, I didn't know he was gonna be in this, and then I didn't know she was gonna be in this, and that shit is worth the entire movie. Like, the last 45 minutes of this movie is worth sitting through the whole thing. But this movie is not whack at all. Like I said, I laughed my ass off more than I felt that the shit wasn't funny. And basically, out of loyalty to the first movie, in my opinion, Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues, is diggity dope. So I'm gonna throw two questions. What did y'all think of Anchorman 2? And did you prefer Anchorman 1 or 2? I think 1 is better. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, is my favorite comedy of all time. So, I mean, how you gonna top the best, in my opinion? And before I bounce, I'm gonna have y'all rank the adventures of Will Ferrell and Adam McKay. You got Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. You got Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. You got Step Brothers. You got The Other Guys. And you got Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues. So, drop a comment. Like my Facebook page. Randy Little Movie Reviews. Hit me on Twitter, Instagram. I appreciate y'all watching, man. Peace.